This episode of the Grappler Union podcast is brought to you by BJJTees. Go to bjjtees.com, enter the promo code Grappler Union, and save 10% off all your jiu-jitsu apparel. Go to bjjtees.com today.
This episode of the podcast is also brought to you by Strychnine Jiu-Jitsu, makers of vintage-inspired tees, hoodies, and rash guards. Go to strychnine.co, that's STRYCH9.co, and use the promo code UNION at checkout to receive 20% off your online order.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Grappler Union podcast. Paul Maloney alongside Anthony Zito. On this episode, we have Anthony Cruz in studio. Anthony's a black belt under Carlson Gracie Jr. Enjoy.
It ain't the 6 minutes. It's what happens in that 6 minutes.
You told me using any technique that works, never to limit myself to one style. Keep an open mind.
We're not here to take part, we're here to take over.
In order to become more peaceful, in order for you to become better and strategize your life.
All right, we're live.
What's up? Yeah.
Anthony Cruz.
Anthony Cruz in the house.
What's up? It's such a cool
Zito.
name. That's a cool name. I like Anthony Cruz.
Easiest guest I've ever booked.
For sure, right?
Easiest. I'm like, hey, bro, you want to do the podcast? He's like, yeah. What? Where? I'm like, here's the address. He's like, when? I'm like, here's the time. He's like, cool, see you there. I'm like, wow.
It's as simple as that, right?
Dude,
It's like
oh, you have no fucking idea. You have no idea, dude.
But no, it's cool, man. I was happy to see it. I was like, who's this guy? Like, because you look at the top
this
corner,
asshole?
it says like private message from. I'm like, oh crap, he's gonna want
Right.
to suck my dick or something. It's just fucking weird, man. It's like, well, who is this? You look it up and it's like, hey, I'm part of Grappler Union. You want to do this podcast? It's like, oh. And you have to accept it.
Right.
And then you have to reply.
Right.
And, so it's like, trust me, I've gotten some really
Have you?
weird fucking messages on Facebook, bro.
Really? Like what? Tell us.
So, like, man, check this out. So there's this, you have like those, someone requests you or something like that.
Friend
And you
request or
look at how many friends of yours or their friends and
right.
whatever. And I'm like, man, how many friends? 35. Okay, that's a good number considering how many friends I have. Well, they're not really my friends,
Right.
But and I'm like, all right, so what's up? Let me see what this is. And I'm saying, they're like, hey. I'm like, hey, what's up? She's like, hey, sweetie, how are you doing today? This and that. I'm like, oh, hell no. Nope. Ain't nobody coming at me like that looks like that whatever.
Right.
And I'm just kind of like, yeah, what's up? What you want? And she's like, nothing. I just want to say, have a good day. And by the way, we do all these supplements and they're basically, she was selling me steroids.
Right.
And she's like, we're a private vendor and you see a fucking list, like 200 different things. I'm like, no, I'm good. Like, I can go without it. And she's like, okay, well, I'll message you tomorrow, babe. And I'm like, babe, block.
Block.
And then she found another way to get in there and like, put something on my wall. I'm like, what the fuck? So there's weird stuff like that. I'm not going to name drop, but there was this black belt from Texas, and I don't know, he seemed genuinely nice, but then it was like in the morning, he's like, hey, what's up, bro? How's it going? How are you feeling? And I'm like, I'm feeling good. I ain't never met this motherfucker in my life, but he seemed all right, I guess, and I was just trying to be polite, but then you be polite and he's just like, well, how you feeling? You want a shoulder rub? And I'm like, hell no, I want no motherfucking shoulder rub. I want to get off of this thing and they're block. It's like,
This is on
like,
Facebook?
Hell
People
yeah,
message
man.
you?
Why
Hell
does this
yeah,
happen to
dude.
you, bro?
I think it's because that picture with my chest is out,
is that what's going on?
God, they see the lion, they're like, I want a piece of that fat dude, like, so
Maybe that's what it is.
It's got to be something, man.
Let's see it.
I'm not
putting-
messages like that.
Let me
I'm
see
not
this
putting
tattoo.
these things got cameras? No? All right.
No.
No, look at it. Check. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You guys want to see his nipples
I
and
want to
stuff?
see.
There we go.
I gotta see this.
So,
Holy shit! Let's see this.
That is a
it's
great.
all right.
what
I know
is that,
someone who has
great
a better
white?
tattoo now, but unfortunately,
It's a great white and a lion. And what's on the other side? I can't see.
I got 5 dogs on the. I got 5 dogs on the right side. One's black, brown, purple, blue, and white for all belt colors.
Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
So, that's all right.
5 dogs.
But like, I'm not like getting naked on Facebook and doing like selfies
Yeah.
and stuff. Like, hey, look at me.
Nobody's offering me shoulder rubs.
No one's offering me shoulder
Yo,
rubs.
you don't want these shoulder rubs, bro.
I'm not saying I want it, but I mean the offer would be nice.
I think even the offering get a little creepy. You know what I mean? Like,
You're not flattered?
no, it's not that. you can't say you can't appreciate a compliment, but when it comes at you, like, not, I think I understand why when girls get dick pics, they're like, "Oh my god, don't send me a dick pic. Right. Say hi to me first." It's like, "Hi, dick."
Yeah. Right.
You know, just pull it out. Boom. No, but it's like it's just weird, dude. Because then like you wake up, like I'm at work and I'm like, I'm fucking tired. Who the fuck is texting me like this early in the morning? I don't want to talk to nobody.
Why don't you put your Facebook on private?
So check this out. I don't even use Facebook no more.
Oh, you don't?
It got so stressful, man. It's not saying all the gay booty calls and stuff like that. I'm talking about like I was talking about just in general. It's just like people talking about shit you don't want to hear. Then you have like those people who just started jujitsu who think they know about jujitsu, and it's just like, oh my god.
So do you just friend like I don't accept anybody, any friend request that I haven't met them. Like I have to meet you.
I am too.
I have to meet you, and you have to train jiu-jitsu.
That's
I don't want to see anything else in your feed.
I don't fucking care. You want to be my friend? Cool. I'll accept it. But the thing is, like, if it's
that's
like,
why you're getting all the gay booty calls.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So there's like
there's some kind of filter.
Well, no. So like, I'll filter like if there's like if it's like usually like, if it's a hot, super hot female, I'll be like, hell no. Nah, she ain't trying to be my friend. This is like some dude from like Somalia who's trying to like steal my identity. And if you look at it straight up, like if you look at it, they're not smart enough to take down the rest of their photos. So you're like, oh, look at it's Brittany, this and that. And you go farther down a couple months, and it's like this little like kid from Somalia who's like with his college friends or some shit. And it's like, what the fuck? Like, wait, I thought you were Brittany from fucking California. Yeah. You're actually like, you know, Timmy from fucking Somalia or some shit. I don't know. I use Somalia a lot because that's where a lot of them come from, or like way in Africa. I don't know what's up, what they're doing out there, but they're like wrangling motherfuckers in with like beautiful big booed babes and shit. And I'm just like,
I saw some crazy like fighting style in Africa where they wrap up their hand, just the one hand. They wrap it up in like a rope of some sort, like it's wrapped, like it looks like just there's a ball of rope on their hand, and they just fight with with one punch. They're just throwing the one punch at each other in dirt, in like no shirt on, just like cut off shorts,
right?
And they're just going at each other, one fisted.
You see, like I'm holding my left hand, like while we're having this conversation. I'm like, one hand
right?
power,
like, because I'm just like, that is so bizarre, and it's like no weight classes. It's just some big dude and some littler guy, and they're just jawing each other, just nonsense. It's the most bizarre thing.
Do you remember what it's called?
No, but I'll look it up while you guys talk.
I just imagine like you're like, what is it, Bloodsport or the one with Van Damme? They put their hands in the glass. Like, but it's just one hand, so it's like, but what do they do with the other one? Like grab each other by like their fucking neck and start socking the other person in the face.
What's going on with the other hand? What are they
Nothing.
doing?
They're just like,
it's in their pocket.
No,
they got one hand that's like super fucking muscular and the other one's skinny as fuck.
Are
like,
they protecting it?
That's the one they wipe their mouth with or eat tacos.
no, here's right here.
They're not allowed to protect their face.
Dambe, Dambe, Dambe. That's what it's called.
I'm gonna look that shit up now.
Here's a photo. Dambe.
Oh, shit.
Dambe. Dambe. I don't know. But isn't that crazy looking? Like,
That dude looks like he's about to fuck that dude up.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what's in that glove.
Scroll down to the bottom picture. Scroll down.
Oh, shit. He's like
getting jawed.
Oh, shit.
Is that crazy looking?
He took it like a champ, though.
Yeah, he does.
They're both punching each other in the face. It's like that lady in a tramp, but punching each other in the face.
What
Check that
happened
out,
to
bro.
your eye, dude?
I got a toe in the eye today.
You got towed?
I got towed. You know, it's like a new fetish in jiu-jitsu, I guess, where you're passing someone's guard and they go, boop, big toe in the eye.
Really?
I didn't get to look to see if he had a nail on it or not. I'm like, it feels like the nail's still in my eye.
Ooh.
You know, like his toe came out and like the nail's still in there somewhere.
Scratch the cornea.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I've had some pretty fucked up shit happen to my eye, but this is the least of my worries. You know? Yeah. So it's like I was, we were just drilling so usually like after I get out of work, I'll go train for an hour and just roll for an hour straight. And it's just like no rounds or or I'll set the timer for 6 minutes or whatever. So we know when to stand back up and we'll just keep moving, nonstop moving for an hour. Cool. And I'm usually rolling with, this guy, his name's Ariel. He's always down to roll for this hour. And it's tough because I'm bigger than he is, but he's always game. So it's like weightlifting for him and just faster movement for me, you know?
That's how I see it.
And he was playing the guard and I just kind of like leg dragged that fucking toe right in my eye. And it was just like, you know, you stop for a second and he's like, all right. I'm like, come on, let's keep going. We had like 10 minutes left. I didn't want to like stop the momentum. We're fucking sweating. We're tired. That shit fucking hurts. I was walking. I was like, I know motherfuckers are staying away from me. I'm like swerving on the way over here, like, oh, my fucking eye.
Oh, shit, it's that bad, huh?
Dude, it's bad,
So
man.
it's like watering right now, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I hope it's water. It's doing something right now. It's
It's
sucks.
trying to clean itself, right? That's what's happening. See,
Is that
I'm not a doctor.
You're not
Are you
an eye
not a
doctor?
surgeon?
No.
Is that how
I'm
it
still-
works?
I still have that floaty in my eye, and I still see
The floaty's
flashes.
still there?
Yeah, dude.
Really?
It's been almost 2 months.
Wow.
No, it's been over 2 months. Yeah, so I got. It was just weird. I just kind of got hit in the head, just accidentally. It wasn't even like a significant blow.
Is it really that weird though? Because like we do jujitsu, so it's like, is it really weird that we're getting hit in the head? It's like it'd
Yeah,
be
I
different
guess
if
you
you
got
like
a
played
point.
pool and you like
I got hit in the head, right?
struck in the head, like
Right.
what the fuck, bro?
Right.
Keep the balls on the table.
Cue ball right to the eye.
Yeah.
No, I guess but it wasn't a very significant hit or anything like that. And then all of a sudden, I had this like black floaty going on,
shit.
and then at night, if I look out to the left, I see just a flash. Apparently, according to my eye doctor, it's normal for that to happen, and she said 2 to 3 months, but it's been over 2 months.
Yeah.
Are you what nationality are you?
Italian.
Italian?
Irish.
Irish? See, I'm Mexican and Puerto Rican. So if you say that something to like a Mexican mom, she's gonna be like, "You're haunted, La Santeria," or something like that. So you probably got a ghost following you around.
is that it?
You don't know if it's a dude or a girl. You know, and at this point now, it's like, who knows? You're
funny.
taking
Here comes the
showers and
back rub.
ghost person is like watching you shower and shit.
Yeah.
And you think it's like from jujitsu, but it's not.
Right.
It's interesting.
It's like you never know. I'm just saying, man. Ask a Mexican lady, she'll tell you, and then she'll
They
rub an egg
believe
on
in
you.
ghosts, huh?
And
Hell yeah,
do
they
you
do.
buy
It's
that?
amazing.
Huh?
I mean, do you?
You want to know something? I don't like talking about that shit. Like, they're like, "Hey, let's go to a haunted house." I'm like, "Nah, I'm good. I'm
good?
good."
Really?
Fuck no. Like the fake ones are cool because those are kind of funny, you know.
Right.
But like a real haunted house, like
What's a real haunted house?
a real haunted house is like where someone died, or like it's the ones that you know for sure. Like they're saying like, "Oh yeah, it's a famous haunted house."
Yeah, they're not just setting it up for Halloween. It's
I
like
see what you're
this
saying.
is like a place where
But some of those could be bullshit.
ghosts have
also.
been spotted. I'm
Yeah.
sure, but
100%.
Yeah, I'm just saying,
'Cause
there's
no-
some like
I've no-
spiteful motherfuckers in this world, and
Yeah,
some of
but
them die.
Let's think about this. No one has ever caught a ghost on camera. Ever.
Right.
So
I don't know.
what are
There's
you
some,
really
there's
worried
some,
about?
there's
Might
some
not
shit
be-
out there. You've been on YouTube, and
might
like,
not
there's some
be-
shit out
I
there.
don't know about you.
Camera might not be able to
about
pick
YouTube.
that
I
up,
trust that
you know?
YouTube news.
What? It's on the internet, man. It's gotta be
true.
real.
It's gotta be true.
It's gotta be real.
Be cool, dude.
I just don't like
wonder how-
anything I can't fuck up with my hands or shoot.
Right.
Like in that case, like
can't
how do
roll
you
with
fight
a
a
ghost.
Yeah, you can't. Like
Yeah,
how you
your
submit
black
that?
belt doesn't mean shit. bro.
Exactly. You got a ghost belt, bitch? No,
Yeah,
I don't.
ghost, ghost belt you.
Yeah, fuck that, man. That's
Yeah.
I don't mess with ghosts. That's my thing. That's one of my boogaboos.
Right.
Ghosts.
Don't mess with
and like people on the internet blow 'em up my instant messenger.
Go leg drag a toe right into your
Yeah,
eye, dude.
that's it.
Without thinking.
I got toed. No, I've always said that. Like, I just don't mess with the whole ghost thing, you know. So
You're a very religious person?
hell no, I'm not. Like I think religion is dope. If we're gonna touch base on religion for a little bit, I think some people need religion because it's like guidance. So like I can say
Sure.
jujitsu is like religion because it gives me guidance, right?
100%.
But I think jujitsu don't have me going out there like massacring like villages and shit in the
Right.
name of my religion.
Yeah.
So nothing against other religions. I'm just saying, if you put a guideline on it, there's an agenda. People have agendas.
Yeah.
Jiu-jitsu don't got an agenda. Just get your ass out there, work hard. You reap the benefits in your life. That's
Yeah.
it. So, you know.
I like that. I like jujitsu as a religion. Fuck yeah.
Don't
I'm on
tell
board with that.
don't tell some of these
Don't
people
make
that
it a
though.
religion.
Come on now.
Jesus.
You know what we should do?
I go to church every day almost then.
The three of us to just like get in our gis and get on bikes with helmets and like show up at motherfucker's house and be like, "You want to roll? You want to roll?" They're like Jehovah Witness, so we just like
Jehovah Witness for
Jehovah Jiu-Jitsu.
Jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, that would be interesting. Can you imagine that? We get fucking arrested like that, dude.
Forcefully,
Like,
forcefully spreading the martial arts.
so there was an Irish
After
guy,
a
an
beating,
Italian, and a
yeah, yeah.
Mexican. They all got on bikes.
Drop your business card. You want to learn how to do this too?
You know, it'd be interesting though if you took your electric skateboard, your one wheel.
Yes.
I took my boosted board, and then you got your electric skateboard, and we all went like that. That'd make it even cooler. Like,
That
look at
would.
them guys strolling down the street.
Dude, that'd be so dope. I would like to ride that one wheel in my gi.
I think
fucking awesome.
Can I hang out with you guys now?
You could-
Zito, now that you have a tattoo, I feel like I'm.
Oh, that's right.
I feel
I do
like
have
I
a
can't
tattoo.
hang out
You
with
do.
you guys.
I just got
welcome
one.
to the family. What is
Thank
it, like
you.
a unicorn? Or-
Let's see it.
Unicorns
He's
are
wearing
in
a
though.
long sleeve. I
Unicorns
haven't
are
seen
in.
it yet. Let's see
I'm
it.
wearing a long. Yeah, I have.
right, let's
Because
see
it's
it.
not finished. It's it's 3.5 hours in.
Nice.
And I had another 3.5, 4 hours left.
Nice. Let's
So,
see.
there
Oh
it
shit.
is. So this will be all trees all the way down to the past the watch here, the wrist area. So he still has this whole block to do.
That's clean, man. That's real clean. I like that.
Yeah, so I got this Saturday night, and
Was that something you were planning? Is there a thing with the forest and stuff like that?
you know, I love snowboarding. I love just being out there. And like when Paul and I were in Salt Lake, we were on the lift. Remember, I'm like, dude, this is what I love. That tree. When you were on the lift, you ever been snowboarding?
Yeah.
So when you're on the lift and you're going up and you just see all those trees in front of you, I just calms me so much. I'm just like, God,
That's your thing, man.
It's my thing.
That's your thing.
So that's why I got them on my arm.
Some people are like, man, I love going to jiu-jitsu because it relaxes me and stuff like that. I'm like, you got some fucking issues, bro. Like, what about, having another human being try to almost kill you?
Right,
relaxes you. I mean, that's straight, like afterwards, it's just the same thing as like when you get a tattoo. I hate when people are like, I love getting fucking tattoos. It feels so good. No, it doesn't.
No,
that
dude,
shit
it
fucking
hurts.
sucks. And then afterwards,
Fucking
it
hurts.
fucking sucks. Like, man, when he hit my fucking nipples up, bro, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Dude, he started. He was nice. So he started on this side. He's like, this is my first tattoo.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, I'm gonna start you up here, just kind of get you warmed up. I'm like, sweet, all right. So he's going, and I'm like, yeah, dude, that sucks, but it's okay. And then he finished that side of the arm, and then he went to the, under the, what is the side, the forearm.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh my god, that is another level of fucking pain. Like another. I'm like, I don't know about this, dude. I'm like, this is
Making life choices.
You didn't think you're going to finish?
dude. I was like,
It just feels like you're being scratched.
no, this didn't feel like scratches. So I was like, he had me like this on the thing. I know people can't see me what I'm doing, but normally he's like, people like back away like this, like they go backwards. I was so close to him, I could like choke him out.
Right.
Like he goes, I don't know why you're coming so close to me right now. I go, I don't know, dude. I just feel like
Might
I
have
need
to
be
grab some wrist control
I might
or
have to
something.
fucking choke you out.
Right.
I was like, I was getting so. He's like, that's so weird. He goes, usually when people feel pain, they back off.
You should have waited and been like, oh, your shampoo's great. And he just stopped like for a quick second, like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? Nothing. It's just like something I do. It's
Right.
like, it's weird. Just
So
take
I'm
a big
like,
smell.
I don't know why I'm coming into you and not backing away when I'm feeling more pain. Like more pain, I just kept diving like closer and closer and closer to him. He's like,
Yeah, you
dude,
got to close the distance.
closing that distance.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know, man. I might
Set him up.
fucking jump
Set
on
him
your
up.
back right now.
Right.
You choke him out, then you end up with a half-ass tattoo.
Yeah, it's
He's
true.
probably going to draw a dick somewhere in there, too. It's like, yeah, you choked me out. Remember, I got to finish this shit.
There's a dick in there.
There's a dick.
definitely a dick.
Definitely.
Somewhere within
All
the
those
forest.
trees?
All those trees for
There's
sure.
probably a ghost with the dick out,
Ghost,
too.
yeah.
Like, ghost dick.
But it was great, man. I had a great experience, and I love it, man. It's really cool, and I've wanted a tattoo for a long time. I'm 42, so it's my first tattoo.
You're 42?
Yeah.
No shit, dude. Hell no. How old are you, bro?
32.
32? I'm going to turn 34 in 2 weeks. Wait, 2 weeks? Yeah, 2 weeks.
Zito
Wait,
clanging on.
say that one more time. You're 42.
Yeah.
No fucking way, bro.
Clanging onto
It's
youth
in the-
with a tattoo.
I know.
It's that Italian gene in you guys,
Yeah.
you know. Either I'm going to turn into a really short Mexican guy or, really short Puerto Rican guy. I guess we all get old, bro. Like,
Don't Puerto Ricans, Mexicans, they don't get along. So how's your family do it?
yo, you want to know something? I don't know how that fucking happened. Like, so I don't
Are
know
you an
my dad.
accident?
Huh?
Are you an accident?
I am an accident, a lot of things happen, and stuff like that. So like the whole thing goes kind of like this, right? So like one day my mom, it was real hot one summer, and I remember this. It's like my dad's like, my brother's out there on the porch, I'm out there on the porch, and he's like, hey guys, I'm going out for some ice cream, like, what do you guys want? And my brother's like, I want gummy bears on my thing, I want this. And he's like, oh, I don't know if we can afford that. So he's like, oh, how about like just a cone with some dipping, whatever. But I was the baby. So he's like, what do you want, Tone? What do you want? And I'm like, and they call me Tone, like for sure. Only really good friends of mine call me Tone or Tone. Everyone else calls me Cruz, Anthony, fat ass, stuff like that. And he's like, what do you want on yours? I'm like, I want sprinkles. And he's like, you want sprinkles? Sprinkles for my little man. All right, what else do you want? I'm like, I want like strawberry and chocolate. And he's like, oh, he just let me have everything. So he takes the order and then he goes, and it's like, we're on the porch, it's fucking hot, and we're just like, man, I can't wait for him to come back. And he's like, I'll be back soon. So he left, and just like, we sat there and he never came back.
Ever?
Ever.
No way.
Whoa.
Yeah.
You hear about stories like that, but I've never known anyone with a story like
Okay.
that.
Yeah, me too, because that didn't fucking happen. But I'm just like,
Nice.
no, I
was
don't know, motherfucker. He left before I was
Dude,
born.
I
So.
did. That's a great
that would
story.
have been fucking cruel. Because I've done that exact thing.
What?
Have you ever heard of an Irish goodbye, Zito?
No. Do I want to?
Or an Irish exit?
No.
You've never heard of it?
No.
It's like
Do they
when you're
leave a beer
out and you're
behind,
at a
or-
party and blah, 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 and you leave without saying goodbye.
Okay.
Because you don't want to do the whole like, oh, later, but, you know.
Yeah,
and
I'm
then
not
they're
into
like,
that either. I just wanna go.
Yeah. So you just kind of scoot out without saying anything. And then, where's Paul? Oh, he pulled an Irish goodbye. It's a thing.
Okay.
But I take it to the next level. Like if we're like on a porch or something and the fridge is on the inside with the beer, I'll take a beer order.
That's fucked up.
I'll be like, what do you want? What, you got Stella? What, you want another? You ready for another Corona? Cool. Heineken, two Heinekens, okay, and a Miller. All right, I got you. And I'll just
He's
I'll
so
just-
generous.
He's so nice,
Man,
that
I'm
guy.
so
That
Walk right out the back. Walk right out the back door.
It's like, where's he at with our beer, bro? Where did he go?
Fucking premeditated.
I don't know.
That's
We go
crazy,
looking
dude.
for him and
No,
shit.
it's
Like,
because you have to. You got to bring it to that next level because they're onto you now. You know.
do you know my dad? No. I'm joking. And do you have any ice cream with sprinkles?
That would have been fucking. That would have been cruel.
That is
For
Yeah,
real.
that's fucked up.
I'm
but
like your dad Irish goodbye to you with ice cream.
with ice cream. Yeah.
That is rude.
He might have pat my mom on the stomach before he left. Like, bye, kid. See you in a couple years.
So you've never met your father?
No, actually, he died. Like, not this. I ain't fucking around.
For real.
But yeah, for real. He died, and it was one of them things. Like, someone messaged me like, "Guess what? Your father passed away." And I was like,
We never knew him.
I didn't know the guy.
Okay.
Like, I didn't know. I actually wanted to meet him before, but like, he was like a ladies' man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And here's something interesting. Like,
Rambling man.
the rest of the world doesn't know. Like, so I got two moms. So my mom raised me, and my dad left before I was born, and my brother was born, and then my mom met my other mom, Iris. So my biological mom's name's Anna. My non-bio mom's name's Iris, but we call her Fuzzy. So she stepped to the plate.
Okay.
And like, my parents have been together for 31, 32 years. And they were together for a long time, you know, and they were like, check this out. They were, they're gay. And I had never seen my parents hold hands. I had never seen them kissed. I had never seen them do anything. And they were like, one day they sat us down, me and my brother and my cousin, because she was raising my cousin as well. And she's like, we have something to tell you guys. And we're like, oh, fuck, we're in trouble. Like, someone's getting their ass beat because you don't.
Right.
We're gonna someone's getting whooped. And
you're
they're
how
like,
old at this time?
well, I was in, what's sixth grade?
12?
12, 13.
yeah,
Yeah,
something like that.
I had just
11,
kind of
something like
picked
that.
up kind of wrestling-ish thing
Right.
beforehand, like a little light wrestling. And they're like, your mother and I are gay. And we're just like, we know that shit.
Yeah, no
like,
shit.
y'all are inviting all these dudes to the house and like these women who look like dudes. And, so we were like around the gay community.
Sure.
Big time, but like they were just friends. So like,
Right,
we
right.
knew that shit. You guys knew, and they're crying. And you accept us like, yeah, you guys are good. So like, I always have this thing, like when I tell people this, they're like, you weren't worried about being gay? And I'm like,
What?
No, but check this out. Like, don't kids like what their parents like? So, both of my parents love pussy.
somebody
so
actually
like, there's
said that to you?
Yeah, for real,
That's
dude, for
awesome.
real.
People are so fucking
I
stupid.
just tell
It
them, like,
never
yo,
surprises me.
It's just the way it is, man. It's just like, and I tell them like, both of my parents love pussy, so there's 100% chance that I'm gonna love pussy. But your mom sucks dick, so there's a 50-50 chance that you might like sucking dick.
That's interesting. way
I'm
to put
just
it.
saying, and they don't really have anything to say about that. Now,
Well,
do I
what do you
truly
say to
believe that?
that? Yeah.
No, but
Right.
That's fine.
Well, you're using their logic against
Exactly.
them. What are they going to say?
pretty much, yeah, So it was always interesting, but it was cool because like when I started grappling, like my bio mom was like, I don't want you to wrestle because you have such a beautiful face and you could model. And we're all like, yeah, ain't nobody modeling over here. And then like my non-bio mom, she was like, yeah, she'd always like put notes in my lunch, say good luck. So like when I went to state, she'd make me this huge fucking sandwich. Like the French loaves, they're long, right? But they have those other ones that are like short and just fat fucking big fucking loaf. She just cut that in half, put like mayo on it, bunch of meat, lettuce, tomato, cheese, wrap that bitch up, boom. That's your fucking after weigh-in.
Right.
Dude, I come back, I'd still have some of that in there. She put a whole, like, not like the little 99 bag of chips, but like the big bag of chips and a sack of fucking. I don't eat oranges to this day because when you wrestle, that's all you fucking eat. Oranges, bananas, orange juice, sandwiches.
Really?
That's
Why
hell
is
yeah.
that?
Like, I don't know. It's just one of them things where it's just like everyone's just eating their sack of oranges and shit, and it's just like, yo,
Sack
who's
of oranges.
Yeah, like trust me, if you go to a wrestling meet, you're gonna find oranges. And if you say, hey, can anyone got an orange? Motherfuckers just start throwing stuff at you. Here, take some oranges, take some oranges.
Yeah.
So like it's always there.
That's
So
interesting. I never thought of that.
that was like one of my first like memorable ever grappling.
The small oranges or the real big oranges?
The big ones. Back
Not the
back in
little
the day when you had to like use your man hands to
You had to like kind of peel that
You
off.
they didn't have those fucking cuties and
Those
shit.
cute
I didn't know.
little- yeah.
I didn't know about that. I didn't know about
Yeah,
that when I was
yeah.
younger. You're 42, so
I didn't know about that either.
yeah, you probably had to grow your oranges before you had to like you had to pick them out the back. I remember when I was. Are you barefooted now?
No,
You actually got some nice shoes on.
Thank
I
you.
like those shoes. They're
Thank
pretty
you.
nice. You got some style, bro.
I try.
Yeah.
I try.
I feel left out here. You guys have like tattoos and shoes. I'm in my work boots.
What do you
over
not
here.
have shoes on? Or?
I have work
Oh,
boots
got
on.
work
Oh,
son.
okay.
Yeah, those are some work
Straight
boots,
from the
bro.
job.
Yeah.
Hey man, we had a little conversation prior to. You're an electrician.
fellow electrician.
I'm an electrician.
Oh, are
know?
you?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
So I feel your pain when it comes to those boots. I'm like, I have the first chance I get, I jump out of those boots,
Are those
man.
steel toe, Paul?
I get out
No.
of my
Oh, you don't have to be
Hell
steel
no.
toe?
steel and electricity don't really go too well.
Yeah, and the steel gets cold as fuck, and they're heavy.
Well, I just figured because you're on a job site where cranes and no,
Nah, just don't do anything stupid.
you're good then.
Like stand under shit that falls. You know.
Well, weren't you like up 50 something feet in the air? I
Yeah,
saw a
dude.
post you made. That's fucking crazy. You're not
Yeah.
afraid of heights, huh?
No, I kind of am. You know what I mean? And
Because that thing looks like that. Looks scary.
yeah, the condor.
Yeah.
it goes up.
Fuck that.
and it fucking wobbles at the top
got
too.
it.
It sways back and forth. Any little movement you make with the
You're just walking
with
on
the
that
handles,
thing, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. And
Oh, when you're up that high, you can drive that thing.
yeah.
Fuck.
Right,
Do you
you
do,
could
like,
drive
donuts
it,
and
you
shit?
could tilt it, you could sway back and forth.
You do donuts.
I just got I got a what is that thing called? A bucket truck certified and a couple of those. You do not want to leave me alone with that thing. Like if no one's fucking looking, I'm gonna mess with that thing.
Right.
Like at my own risk, of course. But like, so I don't know if I do it way that high. Like, is it a crane or is it like a bucket truck?
It's a
kinda?
condor.
I don't know what that
I'll show
is.
you.
A condor is a bird, so I just imagine you're standing on a bird flying and shit. Like, welcome to my job site.
Yeah,
flying
but
a bird.
no, I don't like heights at all, you know, but I'm used to it now.
So what are you
know?
doing up there? Like you're just running conduit?
So we're hanging bridles. So you're taking pieces of steel and going from beam to beam and then hanging like half-ton motors on them, and that's a lifting truss up, and then we have like these big lights on the truss. You know, it's
Oh,
like
wow.
like you'd see at concerts and shit, you know?
And what was that for?
It's for a show.
What
at,
show?
At McCormick Place. Housewares, they call it.
Okay.
So it's just a way to like, they'll put the company will come in and they'll put all their product on display in the booth, and they want every single piece of it like lit up. And
Okay.
it's just marketing.
Wow.
So you light shit up.
Light it up.
Light it up.
That's a good. They should like coin that. Like if you have a business, we light shit up.
Yeah.
Oh damn.
Yeah, he was
but
up there.
They're like,
Oh,
like, you're afraid of-
I got certified with one of those things.
Yeah.
There's a feature on that thing. I don't understand why it's even there. When it tips down.
yeah,
Why
are
would you
tipping
put
me
that
down,
there,
bro? Don't
yeah,
have
like,
that on there.
Wait, what does it do?
So like you see how like it's in the front, like how it's in the front just like that.
Yeah.
There's a feature where it tips it down, almost like you were to dump something out of it.
Right.
That is like the
What?
worst fucking feature you can ever
Now
have
you
on
have
something
to
like
strap
this.
into that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that don't matter because that shit happens. That's tipping over. You see where that thing's right there.
Yeah.
Like it'll
Oh,
go.
so that dumps.
Yeah. Like
Fuck that. Why would it do that? When would you ever want that to happen?
Never.
Okay, I'm up here right now. Dump me out.
Right.
yeah.
Like, you do bungee jump on that thing or what?
Hell
Like,
no.
No.
Although I'd love to see someone try.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm sure we can find that on YouTube for sure.
Hell yeah, you can find
For
anything on
sure.
YouTube now, man.
Dumbest things on
Yeah.
YouTube. Although I was up late the other night. I got home from work late. I was doing an install. And I threw on the TV and I'm just like watching the most ridiculous fucking commercials. I don't know what the fuck it's like the IQ level of people must be so low that late at night for them to put these commercials on. I'm just like,
So
you
low.
it's gotta be so
low.
Like if you're up at 3 a.m, you're like nearly probably like 30 IQ. because they're fucking commercial. I'm like, I can't.
30's pretty bad.
Pretty bad.
Wasn't Forrest Gump like 40?
Maybe,
if I recall.
It's so bad. I'm like, how are people? I can't. I had to turn on. I'm like, I'm just going to bed because this is ridiculous.
Real, yeah.
So was that
bad.
before or after you bought all that Tupperware? And like these stretchy pants are
It's
great.
just so weird.
He's
They have,
showing
like-
up with like some QVC like rash guards on and shit.
They have like the most ridiculous, like fake doctors, like trying to sell. Like I don't even know what the fuck they're selling. It's like, are you kidding me? Like this is what you're doing with your money. This is how you're advertising.
Yeah.
I'll be fired.
Yo, but people pay for that
you
shit
have
though.
cable? That's what surprises me. You have cable still?
Yeah, I do. Uverse, yeah, AT&T Uverse.
For what?
Good luck
I don't
with
know.
that,
For
man.
what? Are you a sports fan? Do
Not
you
at
watch
all. Well,
like
the FS1 is probably about it.
yeah.
But I like the Science Channel. I'm a big fan of science and Nat Geo and history.
Nice.
Yeah. So I appreciate.
Do they
those.
have that shit on Netflix?
No.
What, the
Can't you
Net
get,
Geo
like-
stuff? Some of the stuff they don't put on, like the good stuff, like Shark Week. You always see the same clips, but there's some good shit on there that if
I
you
also
kind of
like
watch
Shark,
it.
Shark Tank is a good thing
Shark
to
Tank
watch.
is good, man.
I do like Shark
I
Tank.
actually thought about a product that can like sell on Shark Tank.
Did
And
you?
it's
Really?
like, so it's kind of like biting off the idea of someone else. There was some chick who went on there and they have this like fabric stretching product. And I'm like, she's like, we can sell this to people with wool. And I'm just thinking like, no, bitch, sell it to like jujitsu people.
What
All
was
those
it?
motherfuckers who like, it's so it, you know, how, like sometimes they'll wash their gis and they shrink or whatever. So this stuff, you put it on there and you basically put on, you stretch it. It stretches the fabric back to its original.
Come on, really?
Yeah, for real.
This
And
is,
I'm-
this is not something you apply before.
So you apply it before, you wet it, you stretch it, you wash it, you stretch it. So you only apply it to where you need it.
But you don't need to apply it before it shrinks.
No. So it's already shrunk. And
So you shrunk it, and now it's like, oh fuck, I gotta get this
yeah,
out.
she's like, I can definitely see a market. And I'm like yelling at the TV, I know a market, motherfucker. Calm. Like, I just thought about that shit. I was like, man, that would be a great idea. But there's other stuff I would think like, man, I can take this to Shark Tank and really like make no money off it because they'll probably kick my ass out. But, like,
That's a good,
you know.
but you know what? I really like that Shark Tank. I mean, it's a really good show. Just
Yeah.
to kind of understand, like even for me, I've been in business 16 years.
Nice.
And I watch that, and I'm like, "Fuck! I don't even know what they're talking about."
Right, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, I feel like I don't feel like I know a lot about business, but I feel like I've been in it a long time, and they're talking about something. I'm like, man, I gotta learn so much more. It's like when you go to jujitsu, and it's like you're rolling, you like feel like you know a lot, and then you roll with like a super high level. You're like, oh, I don't know shit.
But you gotta Shark Tank the people you row with. Just be like, all right, so this is what we're gonna do. All right, I'll give you 50% of energy and a half of a sweep if you give me the submission position. They're like, wait, what? And you just start going at them. Just spit numbers at them and see what they fucking do. Like, wait a minute. You said 50% energy. No, I said 50% of the sweep. No, I don't remember that correctly. It's like, then fuck them up, you know? It's like, that's always a thing too in like jujitsu. Like when you're rolling, it's just like, like the new people are like, yeah, that guy like totally was really rough with me. And, you know, as a like, so I'm a black belt now, but like, even before as a brown belt, you're kind of like helping other people. And you don't want to be rude. Like it's a business too. Like your average savage, I can just tell him like, yo, stop being a bitch, dude. Like, you know, there's some people here who have a harder time than you. Just suck it up, whatever. But then other people you have to like really cater to because they don't quite understand it yet. Right. So that's like an average thing, you know, where, you know, you got to figure out your percentages. So if there was a way you can communicate to everybody like, hey, I don't want to roll hard. Please don't rip my teeth out, you know, or poke me in the eye with your toe. Like that'd be cool, you know. But that's always the case, you know.
Don't I normally feel the other person's energy. Like if I know this is gonna be, if he's gonna go hard, like Paul, I already know he's going hard. He's just once he grips me, I'm like, all right.
But you know what though? Like I'll be straight up with you. Like oh man, what's his name? Bernardo Faria. They invited him for a seminar at the Carlson Gracie headquarter place, right? That's where I'm from, and he rolled with everyone at the end. And I can't say the energy thing works at a certain point because straight up nicest dude ever. He grabs my lapel. It just feels like he's just trying to touch the cotton on it. Boom, omoplata. I'm like, what the fuck? He's on my shoulder. He is fucking me. And mind you, when he's finishing this omoplata, he's not going light. So some of these guys, you feel that energy and they're like being super gentle. And then all of a sudden they just turn it on out of nowhere. Wow. And it's just like,
that's awesome.
One of my favorite visiting black belts that come in is Mafra. He comes in and like he has this really dope style and it's like a workhorse style, kind of like finesse style sort of. And he came twice prior to the year and I was like, man, I really want to roll with him. But he always took the time to answer questions and help me out and it was cool. And then the one time I got to roll with him, I'm like, finally. And we have a boxing ring in the gym, and I was like, all right, this is gonna happen. I'm gonna show him what I got. He beat the fucking piss out of me. It was like the worst ass beating ever. And I was like, yep, show him what I got. I ain't got shit for him, But it was cool. But at the same time, he was super like smooth in the beginning, like no energy, and then all of a sudden turns it on, then turns it back off. And I'm like, okay, he's giving me a chance to breathe, and turns it on, then turns it off. So I don't know, man. It's like some guys, they get really like tense, and then other people, they just they know how to like kind of be real smooth about it. And those are the real good jiu-jitsu guys. Like if you're in someone's close guard and you're comfortable, chances are you're about to get submitted. Straight up. Like some of these old heads, like I call them old heads because that's like just the way me and my friends talk. But like some of these old heads, like there's a couple guys. All right, so like I would say like Daniel Vienna, Jeff Serafin.
Close guards are fucking nightmare.
That all those old school guys, like man, who else? Daniel Wanderlei. It goes into it. They're those close guards, like the ones you don't really feel, that everything feels nice and comfortable. Man, you're in there forever. I know I was in Jeff's close guard for like, I think the round was like 6 minutes. I was in there for like 5 minutes, and it felt like he was just punched me around. Like it was just like, you don't want to do anything. You don't want to really move, but you want to move because you don't want to be all,
Right.
But all those old guys, man, they got some dope close guards, and they know, man, that's the guard for keeping people down. And like, have you guys seen that? I always say the name is wrong, but Herbert Santos and Leandro Lowe, when they were they had their little mix. I think it was at Worlds or was it Pans? I don't remember which one it was, but they have a fight, and bro, like Leandro's like jumping this crazy ballistic close guard, and Herbert's like sprawling midair, and it's like they did that like 4 times in the same match, and it was just so we can get to that close guard so we can sweep them. But like Leandro knew, like, man, I gotta get this close guard, and so there's something always to learn from these guys, and man, those guards are sick, especially with the way people pass now, like that ballistic, like Matrix high energy passing. Yeah, exactly, man. I'm just like, where the fuck did he go? Oh, fuck, he's behind me. Like we invite some guys out to our gym for that. Like Andrew Wiltsey will come out to our gym like once a month. Yeah, bro. No, like so check this out. Like I hadn't rolled with him. I was a brown belt when I rolled him the first time. And he's like the nicest guy, ever. While he's beating the shit out of you, and he's always willing to share. That's what I love about it. He's not keeping any secrets. He's not, And then I get my black belt. He was at my promotion. He's like, you can see on the guy's face, he's genuinely happy for people. And like that's like the best thing. Like I love that picture when you're getting your belt, and it's a picture of everyone else in the room, and you see who's kind of like, man, fuck that dude, and who's like, yeah, you know what I mean?
Right.
And I'm just like, I'm always genuinely happy for people who get their belts, because usually they're pretty well deserved. But like, Andrew was there, and he was genuinely happy. But that dude, man, I got my black belt, and like, it's great to know that it's just like he just owned me the next row we had, and it wasn't like he was turning it up any more than he did before. And he gave me some tips and this and that. Here's this kid, he's like, I don't even know what he's like, 24, something like
young,
that. 24, purple belt. Here I am, 33 going on 34-year-old black belt, and he's giving me tips, and I'm taking it like, please, what else do you have for me? Because the way I look at it, like, ain't nobody passing my card like that dude. Like,
he's amazing.
But
I mean, that kid is working. I met him I went to that seminar with Mafra and what's the other guy's name?
Lucas Leitch.
Yeah. Sorry. So he was there.
Shout out to Lucas.
Just that world champ.
Just that world champ.
That guy.
I can't remember his name. I'm old. It's old age.
Was he not wearing a beautiful gi? Is that why I didn't remember him?
It was no gi. It was a no gi seminar.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah. So we're in the shower and.
Whoa! What?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're in the showers, and then Andrew walks in, and he's like, "Hey, anyone want to do some rounds with me?" So he just goes out there and just starts like drilling, like for another hour and a half of drilling. After we just did a 3-hour seminar, I'm like, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
How do you not love that? Like that's the fucking guy, man.
Yeah.
He's gonna be a fucking world champ.
Yeah.
With an attitude like that, he's.
I'm just,
How's he
I
not?
don't really understand the politic behind or the rule behind how someone gets their black belt and this and that. I'm not going to say what some of the stuff that me and my friends have said to each other, kind of like we don't really know what's going on with that whole thing, but truly believe I can't wait to see him up against some of these high level black belts that are doing really well now. And it's just like, here's this kid who can take it to them just as well as any other black belt, and that's the best thing about jiu-jitsu. It's like, the belt around your waist doesn't really mean too much. It's just something that signifies how much knowledge you've gained, but your ability to apply it is like,
So what are you saying? He should be bumped up already?
Oh, yeah. Shit. Like, I don't know. Like I said,
who's he under? Where is he? Because he doesn't train out here.
I don't really know. Like, I can't pronounce the name, so I can't remember the name.
Right.
But I think the guy he's under, I don't know how they do their structure, but I think the IBJJF doesn't allow him to get promoted to the next belt or some shit for whatever reason. And I don't know how that. Like I said, I don't really know how that works. I think he's like 25, 26, really? Something like that. Yeah. But he's legit, man. Like, super legit. And the guy, like I said, and he's always willing, when he's in town, he's always willing to do privates with you guys. And he's not even charging like a crazy amount. He's just, doing privates with people. He fills his schedule up and people go like, you see guys who had 3rd degree black belts doing privates with this kid. Like,
really?
Man, it's jiu-jitsu. It's like, it don't matter who you are. If you got something, you got something.
That. Yeah.
And that's I like that a lot. You know what I mean? So I think it's cool, man. Because like I ain't got no ego. Like, please whoop my ass. Like, I'll take it. No, I'll definitely take it and work on what I have to. Yeah. Like, how often do you guys train?
I train 4 to 5 days a week.
Nice.
Yeah, 3 to 4 days a week.
Yeah. Cool.
So it's just like for me, I like going with the bigger guys. Mm-hmm. I mean, I like going with little guys, but I mean, I really, it's like some days I feel like lifting heavy. Some days I don't.
Yeah.
So I like to lift a little heavy some days, so I'll go on the other side of the mat and I'll roll with the big guys. I mean, now, like, I roll with Aaron. Aaron's fucking huge. How tall is Aaron?
6'4", probably.
210, something like that.
No, it's like 225.
220. Okay. So he's a big guy for me, obviously. 5'4" and 130 pounds. But initially, before he understood what I was doing to him, it was hard for him to pass because he was trying to play. He was playing into my game.
Yeah.
Now he's like, fuck that. I'm not getting stuck in this spider web of like hooks that I do. He just literally just takes my legs and just throws me to the side and just boom, and commands side control, which is what he should be doing.
Yeah.
Don't go easy on me. Let's fucking, if you got the power to throw me and let me work you out of your side control and take my back. Let me see if I can get out of that back control. I like that. For him, it's good because he's working with someone really little, so it makes him have to be tight. Mm-hmm. He doesn't have to worry about, like, when he's working with someone his own size.
Yeah.
He could be a little bit open.
I mean, he'll still try to probably do it against someone his own size.
Probably.
That's good that you have an attitude like that, because something like that, we were talking about them people who like to bitch and complain, like, oh man, he's being so muscly and strong with me. Right. And it's like this one dude, he's a purple belt. I think he's a brown belt now, but he was a purple belt when he said it to me. He was just like, and I told him one day, I was like feeling like I just got out of work. I work in the elements too, bro, and like I'm an electrician too. So I got out of work and I was feeling like drag ass. I'm like, man, I got no fucking energy. And I was just like being heavy with them. Usually I'm pretty good with the smaller people, so I don't get really heavy with them. And the way I play my game is not very smash and pass unless I need to kill for position or whatever. Sure. But he was like, why are you apologizing? Am I going to apologize for being flexible? No. He's like, you use what you have to your advantage. You're heavy. You should learn how to use your body to be heavy. Right. He's flexible. And I hate you flexible motherfuckers. I don't know. For all you people listening to this, I hate you guys. Sometimes you're about to pass and that foot shows up in front of your face and it's like, where the fuck that come from? You know what I mean? Like,
right.
This is some bullshit. Like, and I can't do half of that stuff, But it's cool because, like I said, you use your body.
Work on it?
What's up? Yeah, I do kind of work on it. We have another black belt at the gym. His name's Alex. So he was kind of filling me in on some like small stretches. Jeff kind of gave me some like advice on like stretching, because that man, I don't know, he can like scratch his face with his foot. Like we're having a conversation, just like we're making eye contact, and he's like, he brings his foot up and just like starts scratching his sideburns. Damn. And it's just like, yeah, I can't do that. Yeah. I can about make it shoulder high. I do what I can with what I got, but slowly working on it and stuff like that. I don't lift weights though. Like I haven't lifted weights since high school. Yeah. So all my strength is from practical grappling, wrestling, and jiu-jitsu, and that's it.
I mean, I don't know. We've had some people in here that lift often, right?
Yeah.
And I see there's probably benefits in that, right?
There's a lot of benefits to it.
But I don't know, lifting heavy. Is lifting heavy beneficial? Because don't you want to stay more like... Because lifting heavy would make your tendons tighter, wouldn't it?
I don't know. Like, I don't know the whole science behind it. There's a friend of mine. She's kind of getting me on a program. So she wants me to help her with her like wrestling, and she's going to build a program for me so I can start lifting. Because, you know, you're getting older, bro. Like, you're older than me, man. You should be lifting for the joints and stuff. But
I feel great, though.
I feel good, too. But, like, sometimes you're going to be bitching and complaining about my hands. Oh, my hands hurt. And my knees.
I don't get that yet.
No?
I have this one reoccurring injury. This is a back thing, but it's more of a muscle thing. Or
sure, it's not a ghost.
No, it's not a ghost. But it could be. But everything else is kind of like, you know, bang up my pinky or do something silly like that. But it's nothing, like my joints don't feel at all anything. They feel great. I just love training.
It's like the whole diet thing too. Do you eat well? Do you eat good? Or
I mean, we just had some pizza and chocolate Italian ice.
Wasn't that like organic pizza or like vegan pizza? No. Oh, okay.
I just ate a whole thing. I was going to eat this whole thing of chocolate Italian ice, but
What is that, like a half pint?
it's more than a half pint.
That's-
bro. It's a lot.
That's
And I
like the
just
size
finished
of the
whole
Ben and Jerry's thing.
Yeah,
The
no.
Ben and Jerry's thing.
So no, I don't eat. I mean, I don't eat horrible, but I don't really watch a lot what I eat. I kind of stick to a certain plan.
Bro, keep doing what you're doing. You're like 42. You look like my younger brother. Like if I had a younger brother, you don't have grays. You're good. Your skin's not all wrinkly. Keep doing what you're doing. You're
Don't
good.
change it up.
Yeah.
All right, I tried to.
You're gonna be like that Italian.
photo.
There you go.
That's where we need to be, Paul. Powder.
See, there's a guy in there though. You see that?
Oh yeah, I do see that.
What's he doing?
I don't know.
Looks like he's about
Skiing.
to.
Looks like he's
about
skiing.
to
I don't know. I think he just finished taking a
This
piss.
is good.
So you
pod.
snowboard, huh?
I
Or you
don't.
ski?
No. So I don't ski. I snowboard. Yeah. So I can't say like, yeah, bro, I'm a snowboarder. Like I prefer snowboarding, and I always like going snowboarding. But none of my friends really like to do it. So I'm kind of a natural at it, and I think the jiu-jitsu helps. But like now that I got my boosted board, and I've been riding that thing around a lot too, and it's just like knowing how to like manipulate a board all together kind of helps with the snowboarding. So I'm kind of interested in seeing like what I got on the slopes again, because in the beginning, you know, you get on the kiddie trail, you get a little conveyor belt that takes you up, and then you like get off of that. And like the last time I snowboarded, I was on like the intermediate, and then they have like black diamond, and like super intimidating black diamond.
Like Colorado or
No, I don't do like, it's weird because I train so much, and I say like, it's hard because like I lose friendships like this too. And you know, I'll forget birthdays, and cause I like, now that I'm on Facebook, like I have no one to remind me, hey, so-and-so's birthday is coming up.
don't you should never worry
why
about
are you
that.
worried about
Who
that?
gives a fuck?
I don't know. Like some of these people were actually nice people. Like so check this out. Like my best friend's birthday was last week Saturday, and like he showed up for open mat. I showed up for open mat. I said what's up to him. Hey, yeah, you know this and that. He's like, hey, we're going out for drinks later on. You want to come out? And the other thing too is I don't really drink. I'll drink like on occasion, but like I stopped drinking like after like 23. I was like, that shit's too expensive and it tastes like crap. You know?
Thank you.
So
Hey, that's what
What's
I
up?
said. I don't like the way it tastes. I don't drink at all.
I drink pop though, so that shit's not,
Oh,
it's not even
dude,
better.
dude,
You know,
that's
I just finished
terrible.
slamming that energy drink before I came in here too. So, by the way, I'm probably gonna fall asleep on the way home. I'm like have a major sugar crash. You know.
Well, we're looking for like, because we just went to Salt Lake, but like next year we're putting together like a field trip. You can say,
Yeah.
like jiu-jitsu guys and snowboarding. So
Hell yeah, dude.
man, you want to?
Fuck yeah. Hell yeah,
So
dude.
we're gonna
Let's
coordinate
just
that
make
to
sure
stay.
it's not anywhere like before. Well, no, it'd have to be before
It'd be
pans
before
and
pans,
stuff.
yeah.
I just
it's
might
gonna
take
be-
I'll take the trip, man. It's an
Dude, take the-
experience.
dude,
Hell yeah.
we always have a good time, man. And
Hell yeah.
can't beat like either it's gonna be Colorado or Salt Lake or what is it? Big Sky, Montana.
Montana.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Jackson Hole, Wyoming.
You gotta make sure you invite some people who are not as good at snowboarding, so I can look kind of good. Because I know, I got a black belt in jiu-jitsu, but like I got like a pink belt in snowboarding. Like
fine.
I just graduated with the bunny hills and shit.
Right,
you know,
right. I got you.
Yeah,
that goes into that whole field. Like we were talking about it earlier. Like I fucking busted my ass on my fucking boosted board.
Yeah.
Motherfucker's like, did you break fall? It's like, no. I fucking fell. Like that shit. Like I'm sorry, but that doesn't really work like that.
Right.
I'm speeding at like 22 miles an hour. Oh, I remember to brake fall. No, I remember to fall. Like
Right.
did a lot of that. But Hell yeah, man. Snowboarding be dope.
You ever see people fall? Like you see these like, you know, these funny clips online and it's like people just like wiping out and like people just like straight up cannot control their bodies. Like they don't know how to like tuck your arm in and like let you know, like try to disperse the energy. Like it's like, oh my God, it's like it's like they were being held up by a string and someone just came by and like cut it with the scissors.
It's like those older women who fall. Like you touch them, they're just like, I fell. You ever seen that one lady who like slapped the other lady on the shoulder and she like exaggerated and just fell? She looked like LeBron James. Like
I didn't see that.
Yeah, it's like they're in a courtroom or some shit. She's just fucking faking it. She's faking the phone.
You got to see this thing because we just talked about this, but this guy falls. He's driving a motorcycle. Here it is. He's driving on a motorcycle. He doesn't realize that traffic's slowing down and he just lays the bike down. But the way he falls is so fucking awkward. Let me just show you this. Look at this guy. Watch how he falls. It's so awkward looking. Can you see it?
Mm-hmm.
This is good podcasting right
sorry,
here.
guys. But watch this. Here we go.
What the fuck?
Isn't that the most bizarre way to fall? Like, and he's totally fine. Like, he just literally goes head, shoulder down, and just stays there.
It looked like someone kicked him in the dick, and he just like, and like curled over and fell. He wasn't even on the ground yet when he curled over.
No.
Come on, bro.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Like that was his survival instinct.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna not put my hands out to slow myself, or like I'm just gonna.
You know what that is, though?
Just boom,
you know what that
head
is?
first.
That's like an American thing. Be the victim. You seen that video in Russia where that dude slammed into the back of a car? He was driving a motorcycle, slams into the back of that car, and does like a fucking forward flip Spider-Man landing on the car.
Yes.
That's how you fucking cry. That's how you wipe out. Like in fucking style.
That
like
dude's
I
like
couldn't
a
do that
sambo
shit.
champion.
Yeah.
You know.
But like that's horrible. Like, dude, what are you like? That's what you did. That's your survival instinct. I'm just gonna like.
It's sad. Yeah, people are like. That's super uncoordinated. I mean, like, there's no way that dude would survive 500 years ago when people would kill each other for food.
Right. No.
Like, he would not have made it. His gene pool would have been cut off.
Yes.
Right there.
Dude, you were entering a subject that I just had with someone not too long ago about this. Like, I wish that still existed.
What's
like,
that?
If the whole having a natural, like a predator or something that would wipe some of these failed genetic pools off the face of this planet. Just like a simple, let's just take all of the red lights out. All the lights, let's just take them out. People drive their cars a little more carefully. Some people won't drive cars, maybe keep some other people alive. Some people will. And just the idea of like this guy just kind of falling over. You said 500 years ago. Yeah. Like he does that, he's dead.
Right.
That guy's just dead because he's not, in his mind, the world is just way too safe for people to
nerfing
live.
The world.
Yeah.
The world is too nerfed.
Well,
it's crazy.
Talking about nerfing, the whole jiu-jitsu thing, you know, they nerf jiu-jitsu like big time. And they're doing the same thing to judo now too. Like jiu-jitsu is not really too nerfed. Like, you know, you have these guys.
You're talking about like reaping.
Yeah, the leg thing and all that kind of stuff. To be honest with you, like this is a fighting sport. And I think some businesses will nerf their programs to keep students in the room
or to keep more people involved because they know that they're weak. So we'll take this. We'll take you know, the 20% of weak people because we'll just make it a little more safer for them.
Yeah.
Or the illusion of me being more safer.
And but you need that though because like that's what keeps your gyms open.
That's what keeps them open. Right.
And those rare. I mean, like, everyone hears that rare savagery or just the people who just like fucking themselves up and like dealing with that. Like you have to separate your sheep and your wolves sometimes to train, or you know, if you really want it, you just go train in a little extra. You know, like what is it? I train 10 times a week, and it's like I do 3 2-a-days a week, and the rest of everything else is just regular training. Or I'll teach because I teach out in Lyle on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and you know, as an instructor, I've kind of come to understand something. Like Junior would talk about this all the time, how, you know, you can't kill students. Not everybody wants to be a world champ. And that shit doesn't sit until you get your own students. And I have great students. They're workhorses. They work really hard regardless of what they're trying to do, but a lot of them are not competing, but they just do it because they like it.
Right.
So am I supposed to like excommunicate them or like make them feel inferior to the other competitors? No. You got to find a way to make a program that fits everybody.
Right.
But at the same time, I don't believe in like nerfing my program. So I put them through the paces. I do it Tuesdays and Thursdays, so it's like I make sure that they work those Tuesdays and Thursdays. And I had one of my students come to my comp class at HQ, and he came back and kind of reported, was like, yo, what we get like is like a mini competition class every class. I'm like, I told you guys I'm getting you guys comp ready whether you're going to compete or not. You know, the whole idea of with jiu-jitsu is like, I think people forget that this is supposed to be a combat sport. And although there's points reward, you know, the whole dominant position, because if I could strike you from this position, I would be good, you know, but then you take away the idea of the guard, and the guard is dangerous in the right hands of the right people. And you can like obviously take people out, break their arms, do what you got to do. Right. So like this whole like EBI and all these new things they're doing, I love it. Yeah. I think it's dope.
The combat.
Yeah.
EBI.
Although like I just started like doing the whole like, I started working on my guard a couple years ago, but I was a big takedown guy. Love takedowns, or wrestling background, takedowns. And I'm just like, and then I started working my guard, and then I'm like, this is what jiu-jitsu really is. Right. Like, so if you really want to understand jiu-jitsu, in my opinion, you need to work your guard. Like the guard is everything. Guard is key. And it's like, you could do stand up in so many other places, but you're paying and you're attending to learn ground fighting. So get your ass on the ground. And everyone loves to be the hammer, but you don't know jiu-jitsu until you're the nail. And you're fucking down there, and this fucking big dude's fucking smashing on you and stuff like that. You guys had Ryan Salisbury on the show. Yeah. He's a cool motherfucker. And he comes to open mat all the time. And he's always ready to roll, work hard. I ain't never seen that. He's a big guy, but he works his ass off, you know? And I always make sure he's the first roll during the open mat, because my legs are fresh, they're ready to go. And I'll usually go like 2 rounds with him, and it's like, you better get your fucking legs ready, because he's coming, and his technique is getting better and better, and his passing is getting better. Sure. And like you have guys, like I said, with Wilty coming in, sharing technique, his passing is only going to get better. Right. My guard's got to get better. So you can't make a mistake with him, because like, you know, it fucking punish your ass for like the whole time. But to really get the idea is like, if a guy like that was above me trying to fucking punch me, what am I really going to do? I'm not going to want to go to the ground. So like this more realistic idea of like just no rules or like submission only, I think the only thing missing from jiu-jitsu, whether it's IBJJF or any other tournament, is scoring for submissions. If I gave you 5 points for a submission attempt, a solid submission attempt, it would change everyone's game. It's like 5 points for a sub attempt, a real sub attempt.
But now that's a gray area, real sub, because you know there's actors in soccer where it's like, oh, that kind of like, you know, they act, and there's people
I got a cramp. Sorry.
who grab a toe and then pretend like they're like really going at that toe just to kind of like, oh.
Well, I think that's where your refs come into hand. Like it's like
you hope,
to really,
but
yeah.
How do you say that's?
Well, I think even with
attempt.
Like I feel like when I see someone in a triangle and their face is turned a different color,
100%.
Yeah, if I see that arm go out,
what if it's just throwing up that triangle, just throwing it up, and they get it to where it's there, but it's not really locked in? Is that a submission attempt?
Well, I mean, when you're saying locked in, you're talking about like a like kind of like not all the way locked into like
locked. Your feet are crossed on their posture.
I'm not really giving you that shit. Like no,
but that's an attempt.
See, it's an attempt, but I consider think of attempt more like require, like the way IBJJF does it. You have, you're required to kind of defend it. Where like if you do a cross collar choke and it's not even there, but if I have to pull my hands up, start pulling that shit off, it's in there. It's tight.
On a triangle, you still have to posture. Like if I'm not posturing, you're going to get that triangle.
But if we based our rules around the idea of, or like scoring around submitting and attacking, as opposed to just aiming for a sweep or looking for that advantage, it's like it would change the way people do things. Like, you know, I have a lot of respect for like those guys who go out to these competitions and they're just attacking submissions. And if you looked at the numbers from all the other tournaments in the last, let's just say 5 years, the submission rate has gone up. You know, all the new blood coming in and all this new stuff. I think, and I hate to say this, I think it has a lot to do with like the internet, Facebook, Instagram. Everybody wants that nice highlight reel. The guys coming in, they're fucking hungry. You know, they want that W, that ego or that chip on their shoulder to like finish motherfuckers. And that shit's tight. I mean, do you really want to be part of a martial art or a sport that just, you know, I beat that guy because I got like an advantage on him. Right. Or like you look at guys who are just going out there hunting for those arms and legs, but they're doing it in a manner that is technical. And, you know, because some people go for these, so like you said, these half-ass subs, right? They go for this stuff and it's just like, that was bullshit, you know? But then you have guys who can technically trap and like do it on a technical level and do really well and just attack. Like
constantly attack.
Yeah. There were some really good fight to win stuff. What was it? Like not this last fight to win, the one prior to. One of the main events, he went for like a balloon sweep, shot him up in the air, armbarred his ass, like quick. It's like, that shit was dope. I think it was your instructor.
Oh, that was Maneko. That was helicopter.
But there were so many dope submissions. There were some dope submissions out from Seraphins. I mean, these things that are coming up now, jiu-jitsu's evolving, and that shit is tight because like people are finishing, and they're like, they're not just basing on points.
Is a good outlet for sure. I mean, I like the fight to win format.
Yeah.
And I also like Metamoris format. Like that format to me is beautiful. Metamoris is just, it's so clean and so
not the rule set though.
Not the rule set.
You like the actual,
but the actual format is
the production.
Really, the production of Metamoris and the whole market. Everything that they did I thought was really.
So do I, man. I miss Metamoris.
I do miss it. I mean, the matches weren't all okay. The matches were what they were, you know, but.
I mean, they were amazing super fights.
They were.
A lot of them went to a draw. I mean, what can you do?
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking about high-level black belt versus high-level.
But I like how fight to win, you know, you're going to get a winner. You know, they're ref by 3 black belts.
Right.
And it's all legit. And, you know, there's your winner.
Yep.
You know, and I thought if Metamoris was thought about that, they would have, you know, maybe done differently or.
Yeah. So it should be something like that.
Yeah. You can't have a draw. You can't televise that and be like, oh, here's a draw. And majority of them they did a lot of draws.
People want a winner.
They want a fucking winner.
Like if you have like, if you're selling so many tickets and people are coming out to see you and just like.
They want to know who the fuck won.
Yeah. You know, and sometimes, I mean, an occasion there is a draw. Like it's just like so back and forth, a draw. Draws happen, you know, but like 5 out of the 8 matches you got going on, ain't nobody want to see that shit. No. Like I want to see people go at it. You know,
I want to know. Like if I'm just looking at this match and I don't know a lot about jiu-jitsu, you know, and then you draw, you're like, well, I thought that guy won, but now if you have 3, you know, high-ranking black belts who are judging that match and they're like, you know, they have no. They don't know. They don't. You know, they're not friends with any of them. You know, they're just really judging the match by who they think, and then you're like, "Fuck yeah, that guy won." Okay, and then explain why he won.
It makes the fighters fight differently.
It does,
knowing that they're
being judged.
Every move is being critiqued.
Fuck yeah. You're not gonna get a Brennan Schaub action, you know, going on. There's no fucking way. You know what I mean?
I think he was trying to prove a point. Although there wasn't a good point. But it's like I don't know. Like maybe he thought he was like, oh, you can't submit me. I'll just fucking run. It's just like okay, like die with your back turned. Go ahead. Because if this was the real world, and in any condition you turn your back on me and run, I'm just gonna stab you in the back. You know, you start throwing rocks in there.
I mean,
and shit.
that's where you kind of just, you know. I like that 3 judges, and you're gonna get it.
That was the worst jiu-jitsu match ever, wasn't it?
100%. Had to have been the worst jiu-jitsu match.
Literally would not engage.
At least
it's like, dude, you're in MMA. You fought in the UFC, dude. You're not gonna grapple this guy.
He's a big motherfucker too. Like that guy's big. Like
so what if you get tapped by Cyborg, dude?
I know.
You could still like. Walk around with your head held high. I know.
It's Cyborg. It's like, yeah, you got tapped by Anthony Cruz. Oh, that's something to look down. It's like, yeah, he's an all right guy.
Right.
But you get tapped by Cyborg, it's just like, yo, did you get that one picture before you tapped me out?
Right,
it looked like I was winning. Yeah.
I mean,
most people just come up to you and say like, hey man, way to get in there with that guy.
Right. Oh, yeah. I just, you know, I look at any opportunity to roll with any high level person as like, yes, give me that. Like, that's what I want. I want to get my ass kicked by that guy because I want to know what it feels like. When Andre does technique and he'll like say, you know, he'll call me Zito, you know, and he'll do the technique. I am so happy because I get to feel what that technique should feel like truly. You know, when you watch him do it to like Paul, he'll call Paul a lot, and I'm seeing him do it. I'm just like, man, I just wish I could feel what Paul's feeling right now. You know, I just want to know what that feels.
And Paul's eyes are busting out of his head, like, oh, you don't want to feel this.
But you know, for me, it's like, you know, when I go back and rep with my partner, it's like, okay, is he doing it right? I feel like it should be here different. But when you feel it from that high level black belt, you're like, oh, all right. So now I put that in my bank. I'm like, okay, this is what I need to do. Turn my hip a little bit there. Yeah. And you kind of tweak it out a lot, you know? And I just so love that. And then being able to roll and just know that, oh my God, this guy is not using any muscle. He's just flowing around me and I can't do a damn thing to him. Like he's just moving perfectly. He's so ahead of me. Tyler, rolling with Tyler's like that. It's just, I just love it. I love it. And it's just, and when people say
he's rolling with Anthony Cruz like that, you rolled with him.
Yeah,
What?
he's fucking.
Is he slick?
Yeah,
is this
man.
guy slick?
Yeah, he's slick. He's
You know
huge,
what's
too.
interesting? I always say this, like, there's never a perfect roll. It feels perfect to you, but in our minds, I always tell people, like, there are maybe, but from start to end, like from start to end, we probably make about 30 mistakes within catching you into like something as simple as an arm. Not a mistake, but something that just doesn't work. Mm-hmm. The thing is, we're smart enough and we're kind of like, we have that feel like I can grab your collar and pull just a little bit. You give a little resistance, it don't feel right. That was an attempt.
I see.
Because if you didn't give me the reaction you wanted, I'm taking it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So like black belts are really good at feeling you out and kind of like, and not just black belts, just good jiu-jitsu fighters. We'll just say that because it could be anybody. And if you can feel a fighter out and not let them know you've made a mistake, that's even better. So your instructor could be beating the crap out of you, but you could have gotten a couple wins in there, like where he had to like change directions or change what he planned on doing. You know, because I'm sure there's some amazing black belts who go like, I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna tap you out right here and this and that. Cool. You know, they got your savants.
We've heard of Hickson doing that to his students.
As he's looking down behind you guys, like, talk good about me, you know. But it's one of those things where it's like, you know, I tell people all the time, like, I feel you guys out. And some people are like, man, you just totally beat my ass. I'm like, you don't understand, like, you did a lot better than you think you did. Mm-hmm. And usually when I roll with people, and I always say this, like, I will never roll 100% with anybody in class. Usually when I'm rolling in class, it's about 70%. Mm-hmm. And it's always, and someone asks me, well, how do you get in condition to roll at 100% in a match? And if you really think about what you're learning, we're learning jiu-jitsu, self-defense, stuff like that. Unless you're in a life or death situation, you're never really going 100%. Because like, even if like one of these world-class, amazing black belts were to go 100%, the intention is to break and kill you. Like, that's just what it is. So 70% of what I got on the mat is like, okay, cool. I'm going to take it to you, but I'm not going to be that prick that sends you home injured. Right, so no one ever really goes 100%. Now, if we're fighting, even in a fight, if you're fighting one of your boys and you're never really going 100%. So it's the idea of percentage training. Like, I believe in it strongly. It's like Andre Galvao put this video up about like how he's trying to get jiu-jitsu to where wrestling is. Because in wrestling, they show the move, you drill it, you hit about 100%, and like they're just going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. When I saw that video, I was like, no way, but this is kind of like the way that I train. Like, I'm not saying, hey, Andre Galvao, you know, I have the but like, it could take any one of us to come up with an idea and, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Exploit the idea to make other people believe in it too. So like, I think what jiu-jitsu is missing is the understanding of like percentage training. So if I say 50%, we all kind of know what 50% is on a universal scale, but your 50% might not be the same as my 50%. Right. So like as time progresses, it's like, you know, those percentages exist. So like you're rolling with your black belt, right? He's going about 50%, but it feels like a lightning bolt just fucking hits you and you can't do shit. Right. You know what I mean? And someone always asks like, what's the difference between a black belt and a white belt? It's like a black belt knows it works. A white belt thinks it does, you know? And there's a huge difference there. It's like they will get into a match knowing like, okay, it might not have worked in this situation, but in the right situations, it always works. You know, you have to believe in your jiu-jitsu. That's why I like those Nawaza hats that are like, in jiu-jitsu we trust. Yeah. Damn right. I 100% trust in it 100%. And people are like, oh, are you going to go out there and fight him jiu-jitsu? Hell no. I'm going to use any kind of combat training I got in the Navy and, you know, shit like that. And I'm going to use that. I'm going to actually fight. But when it comes to jiu-jitsu, it's like even in a competition, you only use like a little bit of what you train. You use your best stuff. You don't use your experimental stuff. You know, you learn so much, and it's like you only use a little bit of it. You know, so
Top 10 moves. That's what you're getting.
So imagine if you took the knowledge of a black belt and put inside of this like a white belt who has no self-control. You have someone who's extremely dangerous who will hurt a lot of people. So like, you know, people want to say your black belt, it's just something you tie around your waist. No, because if it was, we'd be hurting people. There'd be no one in class, and no one would show up for class because we just break everyone's arm and. You know, this is who I am. This is jiu-jitsu, right? Isn't that what it is? Subdue people, break their arms. But there's a culture now. Like we talked about religion. It's like a religion. People like believe in this stuff, and they turn to it when they need it the most, and they also turn to it to blame. You know, you look at it, it's like, oh man, it's jiu-jitsu's fault that I can't, you know, do this, or like I can't, like, or some failures in your life that you tend to not pay attention to because you want to blame where you're putting most of your time. But you know, at the end of the day, win or lose, people tend to look at jiu-jitsu and think like, man, this brings a lot of good to my life, you know? Like I wouldn't be sitting here with you guys if I didn't do jiu-jitsu. We didn't meet on our boosted boards, you know, like getting Italian chocolate ice or nothing like that, you know? So I'm a big fan of what you guys do for people around here, just to give you guys some shout outs, because it's like, I would never be on a podcast. Like, what are we going to do? Like, CTA electrician. Here we have Anthony Cruz. He likes to fix shit. And go home dirty, and he takes showers while the ghosts in his house watch him. Like, fuck. No, but like, you know what I mean? It's like some people watch me eat and they're like, how the fuck do you eat all that? Like, you don't want to know what I do to do this. I'm eating my sore hands away and shit. But you know, I think it's pretty dope. You know, jiu-jitsu in a whole, like, I'm never, like, for one, I'm not a social media guy, but like, I'm definitely going to promote this because, you know, mad props for all this stuff. You know, I appreciate it. But like, I came off the Facebook thing, like I said, and it's just like, when I train, I don't even post when I train. Unless the instructor wants to take a picture, I'll take a picture. But nobody knows how often I train or anything like that. What's up?
Looking all vascular and shit.
Vascular.
Get a ton of gay booty calls.
Hey, I'm just saying, like, when we started, I was just like, I made the analogy about like, oh, it was a pussy, but like, no, I'm not. I keep to myself a lot, and
I got off social media too. I was initially like going down that rabbit hole. And I was like, you know, checking every time I was training this. I'm like, I don't want to think about that anymore.
Yeah, dude, I don't want to see pictures of your blue belt strategically laid over your gi that's on the mat. You know, all right, okay, enough.
I'm done. With. And you know what? The problem is that I follow like for our podcast. I follow a lot of people, and then I also follow them on Facebook. So if I go to my Facebook page, I see the exact same photos for both. I'm like, why am I gotta like it there? And I feel like I'm like, all right, I got to stop following so many people on both.
But you know what, you got to post all those really cool photos that like the IBJJF like photographers do.
Yeah,
they're just like, dude, those are some pretty cool photos.
Shout out to Hung.
Yeah, Hung, man, that's
Kenny
cool.
Jewel,
that's
man.
cool,
Kenny
dude,
Jewel.
man. Yeah, Lisa, all those people, they do a good job. Lisa has this thing about when people open their gi. You know, like
Paul likes those photos, right? When the gi's open and you're fucking just ripped, and you're like,
yeah, if you got six packs, it's cool.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
It's like, flaunt that shit.
That's right.
Yeah.
I can't. I noticed that they only do the ones of me where it's like chest up, because there's like no six pack going on below this. Someone has like, how do you not have a six pack, kid? You said you train so much, and I train a lot.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I also eat a lot too.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
it's like
genetics too.
Genetics.
I mean, I don't do a sit up, and my stomach is flat.
He's like, I'm glistening, my abs, right?
Yeah.
Guys, you guys don't see this, but he's showing.
Are you showing us some technique tonight?
Yeah,
What do you
hell
got
yeah.
coming up? What do you got coming up, man?
Man, like as far as tech, or are you talking about like coming up as comps?
Like coming up, comps and shit.
Oh, yeah,
Future.
yeah.
What
So-
does jiu-jitsu look like for you?
Man,
in the next year or two.
So like with this whole, this is the first year I'm competing as a black belt, and
Nice.
The whole black belt thing is huge for me because it's like everyone talks about the whole new world, and it is, man. It's like it's so strange because now ever since you take on that responsibility, you have to help people more than like focus on your own training, so you need more time to train. And I talked to a lot of my friends about this who compete and train, like one of my friends Adrian, and like talked to one of my head instructors like Andre Magis, and I talked to Junior about it a little bit too, and like these people that are around who like have the same issues, like people you see regularly. Now these are just a few of the names. I talked to all my friends about this kind of stuff, and so every year I do pans, and what became like Masters Worlds just blew up. It's been around for a while, but like it just blew up. So every year there will always be a trip out to pans and a trip out to Masters World. So next week I fly out on Friday after work to go to pans, and I come back on Monday. So I compete on Saturday. Cool. I think I have like 14 people. Thanks, bro. Appreciate that.
Is this going to be your debut?
This is my debut.
Nice, dude.
I'm fucking motherfuckers up.
Nice.
Or I'm coming home with some in and out. That's going to happen regardless. You know what I'm saying?
How many guys are in your bracket?
I think 14.
Nice.
14. And the funny thing is, Sergio Canuto, bad motherfucker. Love when he comes through in seminars. Great person to talk to as far as like jiu-jitsu. And close guard. He's an older guy too, man. He's like, yeah, actually, you know what? You look just like him, the smaller version, because he's like, yeah, he looked like, look him up. Sergio Canuto is the shit. And I talked to him a little about that. And he talks about like doing your homework and like studying up on people and looking at their technique a little bit. And like, and I talked to some other black belts who've been doing it for a while, friends within the community, like Carlos Archuleta, some just all the other black belts that are around the general area. They say you got to do your homework.
Right.
Because why would you spend X amount of dollars to go fly all the way out there and go into a fight blind when you could do a little bit of homework? I think there's some stuff out there on me, but like after we had that conversation, I pulled all my shit off Facebook. Like I didn't have a lot, but like I pulled pretty much everything off. The most you'll see is like, like the IBJJF photos. That's it. But there's nothing that talks, like I said, there's nothing that talks about my training. There's nothing that talks about what I'm doing and stuff like that. And I'm not trying to keep the grand secret, but when it comes to, fighting someone where inches matter, like the smallest details matter. Do you really want to expose those details? Now it's interesting because
now that everyone knows that you're afraid of ghosts, they're gonna wear ghost patches on their gi just to throw you off.
They're just gonna start talking about the fuckers over the show. Like, yeah, I know. Hold on a second. It's like, yeah. Did I tell you the mat's haunted? What? The mat's haunted? By who though? Like, it kind of matters. But yeah. I mean, I got that going on. The Chicago Open's coming. I hate the Chicago Open though.
Why? What's up?
Because it's like, everybody's there. There's nothing fun about it. It's
everyone's there. It's fun.
No, just because everyone's there, it doesn't make it fun. It's just like there's so much pressure on it because it's a home. You got to get that W. Gotta get that W, and you got to do it in front of everybody you train with. And it's just like, although like I do well at them.
There's definitely more pressure.
But it's just there's no fun behind it. Like. I can't hit the beach afterwards. Well, you can, but you'll freeze your ass off. Yeah. And it's just like, there's really no fun, and you just go right back home, play video games.
Hopefully they have good acai.
Did they have acai last year?
Yeah, it was great.
Was it?
It was awesome.
There's that one company.
Your version.
Okay,
you can't say. I'm not listening to you when you're talking about it. It was awesome. Well, did you scoop it up off the ground?
Stop. Okay, all right. I get it.
I might just upset the entire jiu-jitsu community, but
go ahead.
I hate acai.
Damn you, bro.
Yeah.
Why?
Shit. Turn these mics off now.
It's fake ice cream. Like, fake ice cream. Yo, when they first presented, they're like, yo, some acai. I was at Pans. I just finished competing. I did well. I was like, yeah, I took second. It's like, all right, yeah, go get some acai, bro. And I'm like,
you deserve it.
I'm gonna get me some acai and like get some stuff on it, bananas, coconuts.
Yes.
You gotta put stuff on it. So I put everything on that motherfucker, and I had like the Brazilian barbecue on the side too. So I like double fisting back to my seat, covered in sweat and shit. My medal on my neck. I'm like, yeah, this is what's up. I like ate the food. I'm like, ooh, dessert. Here we go. I have first scoop. I'm like,
what the fuck is this?
Did you let it melt?
Like it melted. It probably melted a little bit.
Melted a little bit as you were eating the Brazilian barbecue.
Yo, no. Even if it melted a little bit, there was still enough. The consistency and the taste. It is not ice cream. That's not even close to sherbet. It's something else. And it's like, it's supposed to be sweet. I'm like, why isn't it sweet? And they're like, no, you got to get a good scoop of the peanut butter and the honey. And I'm like, and I did. I'm like,
it does matter which vendor they have at the events. Because I've gone to a few events and the acais differ between.
Does it?
Yeah, vendors.
Very much so.
Like the one at Nogi Worlds, or Nogi Worlds, right? Was god awful.
Yeah.
It was. I was like, what
Is it like
this
bland?
shit?
No
It was
sugar?
bland. They used actual peanut butter. I'm like, what the fuck? No almond
Peanut
butter.
butter? No almond butter?
peanut butter. I'm like, this is horrible.
Third world problem. Like,
Yeah, right.
you
I
know,
know.
first world problem. What? No almond butter? What the fuck kind of
I'm going
establishment
cheap,
is
And it
this?
was like $14.
Don't put Skippy on my acai, bro.
I asked for creamy, not chunky, bitch. Like, do you know who I am? I've actually seen some people say that. Like, do you know who I am? I'm a world champ, or like I'm a Naga champion. Like, whoa, bro, you don't want to bust out the Naga championships because
don't.
we all
I
know you own a
I'd
sword.
be using it because I'm a Naga
Nah,
champion.
Zito's a Naga champ.
Fuck yeah.
You got the
Oh, no
belts right
shit,
there,
dude. I'm gonna put
Well,
that
see,
on.
there's a reason it's in the corner, though.
There is a reason why it's in the corner.
It's not something you like, but
No,
you know,
you don't do
people
brag
say
about
stuff
that.
like that. You don't say. And no,
course
and no. Anytime you're about to say, "Do you know who I am?" Right
That's it.
there, you're-
Quit.
Yeah.
Stop talking.
Yeah, just shut up.
Now I want to know who you are so I can tell everyone what a douchebag you are. Tell me who you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be really bad, especially young men. Like, do you know who I am? It's like, who are you? Like,
Yeah.
I'm Anthony. Nice to meet you. All right, let's roll. You know,
Right.
that's cool. And then you proceed to get your ass beat or something like that.
But the thing is, I mean, does anyone who walks around saying, "Do you know who I am?" Do they have what it takes to actually become a champion?
No,
no,
not
they
at all.
don't. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So maybe in the Naga, but that's it.
Their Facebook's probably posted up with them holding like bottles of alcohol. Like, what's up? Look at my Snapchat, yo.
Right.
Like, we party and there's no one in the fucking room. It's like, he's getting no DMs. His DM's not blowing up with
It's not
anything.
blowing up like yours,
Well, he's
dude.
no, he's
For
probably
sure not
he's
like
probably
yours.
they're probably answering to those really creepy ones too.
Maybe.
You know that I use that for judgment purposes too. Like, you look at some of these people who and like, this fucking pervert. She don't like your ass. She's not even a real woman. She's probably a dude or some shit like that. So it's just like, why would he friend that person?
Yeah.
You know, like
It's
I'm,
sad.
I'm definitely judging my friends. So if you guys are listening to this, like,
Yeah.
don't be liking all that weird shit because I'm just like, fucking pervert. Like, you know, it's just weird. So yeah, I think that's funny. Social media is cool though. For if you can handle it and control yourself.
Control it.
I just do the Instagram thing now. Just
Yeah,
kind
me
of
too.
look at cool pictures and shit.
I don't do my personal Instagram. I still have the account. I just follow a bunch of snowboarders on it and like resorts. But that's it. I don't post anything to that. And then I handle the Grappler Union one as well. So, but like I said, I only follow a few people now because I have everyone on Facebook. So I hate doubling.
Yeah.
So I'm unfollowing some
Yeah.
people on the Instagram just so I don't have to keep feeding it through there. And then I follow them on Facebook because they're all my friends anyway. So
Right.
I like the people who are like,
It's
I'm gonna
like
friend
I
you.
just want
work,
to see
though.
jujitsu technique. That's the thing.
Yeah,
On my
yeah.
Instagram, all I want to see is jujitsu technique.
Right, right,
That's
right.
it. That's all. If I open it up, show me some technique. That's all I'm interested in.
I want to see
Jiu-jitsu
drunk.
technique.
I want to see drunk people do
You wanna
stupid
see drunk
shit. Yeah, that's why I got my Instagram. Like, drunk people, drunk Mexicans. Like, there's something for everyone. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, so you definitely find something.
Let's go create some jiu-jitsu technique right
Yeah,
now.
let's do it right
Anthony
now.
Cruz, you know what you're going to show?
I was like, what am I going to show? What am I going to show?
Yeah,
what am I
what are
going
you
to show? Man, I don't really even know how to describe this thing.
Oh, good. I
That's
like
what I
it.
like to hear.
So like, and there's always like, so I was debating between a judo throw to sub, or a
yeah,
kind
because
of like
I
an
have to do
over
it.
under.
Exactly. Yeah, throw that motherfucker, please.
Judo throw to sub.
Fuck yeah.
Okay, we could do
Pause
that
into
one
that.
because I was like, man, what am I gonna show these guys? Like, there's
yeah.
so many things I like to do, and like, you know what I mean? It's like,
Right.
I don't know, like, I don't want to show something and be like, I seen that on Instagram the other day. But like, trust me, if you're even like remotely in the community, you've probably seen, because like there was either that or like a kind of like an open guard butterfly overhead sweep to mount kind of thing.
That's cool,
which
too.
I don't know the name for. Like, I have never seen anyone do it. So I hope it's like my move. But the one I'm going
maybe
to
we
show
should
you
do
is
that.
a
Maybe we should
judo,
do that one.
is a judo setup kind of thing. So
All right, well, let's go do it. Where can people find you? Not on Facebook though.
like, do I give them my home address or?
No, dude.
You certainly can.
Oh.
Or your cell phone number, like Shoney did.
Well, like they can if they wanna follow me on anything, they can find me on Facebook, but I only use that for instant messenger.
Sure.
But if you can find me on Instagram at Sleepy Zombie,
Okay.
SleepyZombie. That's also my gamer tag, guys. So if you guys got on
Oh,
Xbox
shit.
One, let's fucking do this.
All right.
Oh, whoa, dude.
You know what I'm saying? Well, actually,
This,
I changed my gamer tag, but still, yeah. You know what I'm saying, guys? I stick with the gamer tag. So.
This podcast was an hour and 20 minutes, but Anthony Cruz was straight up shot out of a cannon.
I know.
Dude.
That's fucking awesome. Appreciate you coming on, man.
Anytime you guys want to talk shit, just don't DM me with some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, be like, it's a ghost.
All right, let's go do some technique.
Hell yeah, that's what's up.
Bye.
See ya. Hey, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. For more information about Grappler Union Podcast, you could visit us at our website at grapplerunion.com. You can follow us on Instagram at Grappler Union. Please like us on Facebook. Be sure to subscribe on iTunes. And all of our episodes are available on our YouTube channel. Say what?
Be sure to subscribe.
Yeah, subscribe to all that shit. You got to do another take, right? This episode of the Grappler Union Podcast is brought to you by BJJTs. Go to bjjts.com, enter the promo code Grappler Union, and save 10% off all your jiu-jitsu apparel. Go to bjjts.com today.
This episode of the podcast is also brought to you by Strychnine Jiu-Jitsu, makers of vintage-inspired tees, hoodies, and rash guards. Go to strychnine.co, that's STRYCH9.co, and use the promo code UNION at checkout to receive 20% off your online order.